What's going on, you beautiful people? It's Jeb coming to you August 23rd with today's 5 and 5, where I give you 5 stories in 5 minutes to keep you informed, up to date, and educated about what's going on in today's world. So I'm gonna put 5 minutes on the clock and let's get it started. To kick things off, we're back to President Trumpy, who's been having a bad couple of days. For starters, Paul Manafort, Trump's campaign chairman, was found guilty for 8 counts of bank and tax fraud. Michael Cohen, Trump's lawyer, also pled guilty to tax evasion and violating campaign finance laws. Cohen is saying that Trump influenced him to do this to help sway the results of the election. So the big question here is what's gonna happen? And there's a few different possibilities for all the parties at play. So let's go through it. For Trump, he could be indicted as a co-conspirator or not. He could be impeached or not. Time will tell. For Cohen, if he cooperates with Robert Mueller's investigation, he could have his sentence reduced. But as of now, he's agreed to go along with a sentence of 4 to 5 years. Now for Manafort, things are a little more serious. He could also cooperate with Robert Mueller to have his sentence reduced, or he could face a maximum of 80 years in prison, or Trump, his longtime friend and confidant, could decide to pardon him. With the current investigation and the president sitting on a hot seat, it'll be interesting to see how this story develops over time. But as of now, the jury's still out as to whether or not Trumpy will go out unscathed. To kick off our business news, Target nails a bullseye with their last quarterly earnings report. Target reported unprecedented growth in their in-store foot traffic and over 40% growth in their digital sales. All of this is coming as a result of Target's $7 billion plan to beef up their e-commerce, renovate stores, improve their in-house brands, and launch new small format stores that you see popping up in more densely populated areas. Target's Q2 net income was reported to come in around $799 million, well ahead of the $690 million they were expecting. This resulted in a stock increase of around 27%, putting their market cap at over $44 billion. The mattress industry got a wake-up call as Serta Simmons Bedding purchased direct-to-consumer mattress company Tuft Needle for over $200 million. Now all this comes at a time as the mattress industry has really been flipped on its head as of lately, as new mattress companies that are serving customers directly via e-commerce and shipping them mattresses in the mail are stealing a lot of market share from these companies that have traditionally sold mattresses through in-store sales. Casper and Purple are 2 other competitors in this space, and Casper is leading the way, owning 50% of the market and reporting to open their own 200 stores to give online customers a more branded in-store experience. A common play for lots of these e-commerce brands now who are looking to give customers different ways to interact with them as opposed to just a website is open up a curated branded experience in the form of a retail store to let customers come in and experience the brands that they've worked so hard to build in a more personal way. This is great news for Tuft Needle's founders though, who bootstrapped the startup from day one, meaning that they did not take on any outside investment. So the hundreds of millions of dollars that Serta is paying for the company are channeling directly to the founders as opposed to being paid back to investors. To wrap up our business news for today is an update from Saudi Aramco, which is the Saudi Arabia's backed oil behemoth who decided to cancel their IPO that was going to be an estimated $2 trillion. This would have been the largest recorded IPO ever and was all part of Mohammed bin Salman's plan, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, for his Vision 2030, his plan to bring more innovation into the area to get its focus away from being the traditional industry oil-backed country it's been and move it towards more of an innovation economy. Now that this IPO is on hold, it looks like the Crown Prince is going to have to find a new way to bring that influx of capital in the forms of tens of billions of dollars to help transform the country. Now this follows news from the Saudi sovereign wealth putting in a minority stake in Tesla and is an interesting play as the country's trying to make moves to bring itself to be a more innovation forward society. For our international spotlight, we're bringing it home to the United States, where the U.S. put an additional round of tariffs on $16 billion worth of Chinese goods. The tariff is in the form of a 25% duty on goods like plastics, semiconductors, and chemicals, and China retaliated by putting their own tariffs on $16 billion worth of U.S. goods. As we see this trade war continue, it's expected that prices for products across multiple industries will increase. That's it for today. Thank you so much for checking in. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking about the stories, and I'll see you tomorrow.